And this could be President Trump's theme song. Watch and see. From Ukraine to tariffs to the border to the economy, on and on and on. All he does is win on behalf of the American people. America first. America is back. No doubt about it. Let's go back to 13-year-old DJ Daniel, the 13-year-old brain cancer survivor, and what the president did in acknowledging this young man last night, right? So I want to focus on his father for a second. Notice the father picked him up 2 or 3 times. The father so happy, right? So, Trump doesn't like the black community. He doesn't like the black community. This is the black family. And the father, if you will, quote unquote, was as authentic a black man as the hood describes, right? He could have had on a suit and tie, but he didn't. He felt comfortable, dressed regular, and what we call in the black community, he had a do-rag on his head at the president's joint address to Congress. But Trump doesn't like black people, Dominic. He doesn't like us. Why? How can you support him? I'll say it again. DJ's father didn't have on a suit and tie like I have on all the time. He came dressed regularly with a do-rag, what we call in the hood, a do-rag on his head. For the president's State of the Union, or not State of the Union, joint session to Congress. So all President Trump does is win. Now let's look at the losers. Nicole Wallace, Rachel Maddow. We're going back to your calls in just 1 second. We're going to go to Harriet in Brooklyn. First, Nicole Wallace, making millions on TV. And she's focusing on a 13-year-old brain cancer survivor that can't even defend himself in the court of public domain.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald Trump's supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope he isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Nicole Wallace, in your privileged lifestyle, where you have a car driver, someone to do your hair every night, someone to do your makeup every day, how dare you? What do you know about this young man's life in the hood? How dare you? Who do you think you are? That wasn't enough. Here comes her tag team partner, Rachel Maddow.
For the record, and this is disgusting, the president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer, as if the president had something to do with that. This was in the midst of him praising Doge. The Doge cuts, among other things, have cut off funding for ongoing research into pediatric cancer.
Rachel Maddow, when's the last time you've been in the hood? Oh, never? What do you know about this young man's life? I'm going to leave it to you folks.